Hi guys, welcome back to Vlog Media.
Welcome back to
My cable, my channel.
It's me again, Mark, and for this YouTube video, someone asked me about getting a lot of money.
money, 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 money.
I know all of you out there wanted to be kind of successful every day. Of course, I mean, who does not want to be successful, right? So I did ask a lot of my friends, and most of them wanted to be rich. And yes, of course, everybody wants to become rich. So I tried to tell them that being rich is not the only thing in the world, though.
Really?
Really?
Because I know most of my friends are not MBA, they're, they're from the medical professions, and most of them are employees as well. So I think there's a differentiation wherein you can actually get rich, and there's a concept which is a better concept than being rich. It is actually being wealthy. But let me explain. So being rich is different from being wealthy. I mean, well, the two terms synonymously are quite the same, but in the business world, these two words are very, very different. So being rich is only about entails about well, a lot of money, and that's it. But a lot of money does not entail that you are wealthy. So how come? Well, as you can see, so for example, I'm an employee and I keep on working every day, and I work my ass out just to get a lot of money in order for me to become rich. So let's say I've been working for 40 years and I've accumulated quite a lot of money. Now the problem with that is that during the last 20 years I've been working as an employee and in trying to get rich. So let's say I've saved some money for that 20 years. However, when you when you only save that money, there's a factor which we call a inflation. So this inflation, it's gonna diminish all your savings that you had for the past 20 years. Even more so when you're working for 40 years. So this inflation, depending on how high it is, given today's standards, given the fact that everything is getting really high because of high inflation rates. Now, this money over time in the next 40 years will diminish. So the more that you work, the more you're having those diminishing returns. So yeah, so is working hard good? Definitely it is good when you need it. However, take note that the savings that you had over the years might diminish because of inflation, just to reiterate. So there's a lot of diminishing returns. So the more that you work for the same amount with inflation going up, so it actually means that your savings like your savings years before is gonna get really, diminished. So there's no point then, because if you have to work, just do it when you have to. For example, you have loved ones to take care of, you got bills to pay, you got this rent that you have to pay every month. Well, it's called a mortgage. So yeah, so you won't get rich anyways.
I'm rich, but I'm not Oprah rich.
So with that, and apparently being wealthy is a different concept. So I try to define wealthy as 4 parameters.
There are 4 ingredients.
So one is, so if you are wealthy, you need to ask yourself these questions. So do you have the time? So wealthy people have the time in the world. So they have time to free themselves up from what they do so that they can do the things that they really want. For example, meet with friends, meet with family, do some outings. So if you're able to free up your time, which is actually priceless, then you have probably achieved one type of wealth, which is actually freeing up your time. I've done that before and I want to do it again.
Been there, done that.
Disgusting, wasn't it?
You could say that again.
Yep. So I've even written a blog about it in my LinkedIn, which is about how to try to miniaturize your time into a 4-hour work week, which I read from an author from a book called The 4-Hour Work Week, which is authored by the famous author. His name is Tim Ferriss. So another aspect of being wealthy is having your influence. So the more that you are exposed to your own environment, and that the more that you are able to do a lot of good things for society, and the more that you create a dent in those universe, you can get a lot of influence. So when you get a lot of influence, that translates to getting a lot of friends, and your decisions and your opinions is able to sway the majority's actions. So influence is also another form of wealth.
The awesome influence that they have, that's fantastic. But
That's fantastic.
And we have the third one. The third one is your ability to generate a lot of funds.
We're rich! We're rich! We're rich! We're rich!
Not necessarily in the form of money, but in the form of other things like funds. You got a lot of lands. You create a company, so you provide work for other people. So those are the funds I'm talking about. It's not simply the money that actually diminishes. So you have a lot of those in your disposal, the funds. You need to have a lot of funds. So you can't do that while being a 100% employee, because you don't have the time and you don't have the influence, and therefore you can't build that kind of wealth. So yeah, and the last thing about it is a very good concept, because if you want to stay wealthy, you're gonna stay healthy.
What's up, Doc?
And therefore, my friend, you need to keep your health in check, because there's a lot of people out there, they try to get rich by killing themselves, by not sleeping and overworking themselves, which is not really a good thing, because it may, or it will most likely, give a toll in your health. So live healthily, don't smoke, don't drink.
What did he say?
Drink it, but in moderation.
No vices. Just keep yourself healthy so you can enjoy your wealth in the long run. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess he's pretty funny.
So those are the 4 metrics of getting wealthy. You need to free up your time, well, get a lot of funds, build a company, gather those influence, and be healthy. So if you're an employee, try to ask yourself those 4 questions. And of course, if it doesn't meet any criteria of those four questions, then, well, maybe it's time to move and try to get yourselves wealthy, aside from trying to get just simply rich. So there you go, guys. So if you like this video, please comment, like, share, and subscribe to my growing channel.
Be sure to smash our like button and subscribe to our channel.
Also, see you guys on the next video.